And we are
live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 949. Today is Monday, May 16th, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and today's top stories, as my phone goes off. Today's top stories: 80,000 Bitcoin gone. What's left in Luna's reserve wallet? Binance CEO CZ to support Terra community, but expects more transparency. UK Treasury en route to legalizing stablecoins amid Terra's UST crash, and UK court recognizes NFTs as private property. What now? But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So looking at our prices today, Bitcoin sitting at $29,544, down almost 2% today. Ethereum at 1,996, a little bit below 2,000, down 3.3% today. Binance coin at 294, slid down to number 5, is down 1.4%. XRP at 41 cents is down 2.37%. Cardano at 55 cents, up 1.1% today. Solana at $53 is up 1% today as well. And rounding out our top 10 is Dogecoin at 8 cents, down 2% today. And our biggest gainers are KRBE, up 2,178%, MetaCyber, up 763%, and My Kingdom, up 258%. And the way that these stablecoins have been going, I might start doing the stablecoin prices as well, because they start to fluctuate.
Hilarious.
Like the other coins. But yes, those are your prices for today.
All right, really quick, some shout outs going on Blockchain Bully, Wyatt Triad, Alan Williams, Credit K, Alan Brados, Shout out Zulu, Dallas Pipes, Voice Crypto, Jump Out Girls. Listen, Voice Crypto, one of the newest content creators to our channel. His video, we were going to release it today, but we're actually going to release his video right after the show. So make sure you check it out. Voice Crypto is killing it on the content creation side, so you guys don't want to miss it. It's only about 7 minutes long. We'll be premiering that after the show, so show them some love. Of course, the Jump Out Girls, show them some love. They're killing it right now, teaching you how to stack sats. What's going on, Tommy Brown, M. Peacock. We have Black Root this weekend, Caribbean and Crypto and Caribbean, of course. A ton of great shows, so make sure you're checking them all out. What's going on, Fatima, Larry N, Junior Malley, Chemo and Crypto, morning. And let's get it started.
What's up,
it's probably an echo. I forgot I need to throw in those AirPods when I'm doing that, but all good. Top story of the day, 80,000 Bitcoin gone. That is right. Your algo didn't work. 80,000 Bitcoin gone. What's left in Luna's reserve wallet? That's right. The Luna Foundation Guard updated the world concerning its crypto asset reserves and shared a promise to compensate the remaining users of failed stablecoin UST. So again, we'll be talking about this week. I mean, as Bitcoin Zay, he told me before the show, I'm like, we don't even want to cover this anymore, but this is the story. And he's just like, it's not over yet. The story's still being written. So if you missed CB Crypto Blood, CB News Network yesterday, I was on there. We were talking Terra all night last night. And again, it looks like it continues on. The Terra saga continues in the Twitter thread. The team behind the failed algorithmic stablecoin Terra USD, UST, and the token Luna shared precisely how much Bitcoin and crypto assets they had disposed of. Looks like they promised to compensate the remaining users of UST, smallest holders first, with the remaining assets. But it looks like 80,081 Bitcoin, or 99.61% of the Bitcoin that LFG guarded, has exited the fund. The group confirmed the sale of 33,206 Bitcoin, for an aggregate $1,164,018,521 UST in a tweet. I mean, that's crazy that you're actually tweeting out $1 billion sale. The remaining 47,188 Bitcoin is not accounted for, while 313 Bitcoin remains in reserve. All right, I'm about to take a quick shot at my boy CB Crypto Blood. Shout out to CB. Make sure you check out that video yesterday. This is my point to CB and folks. People, like, the technology of Bitcoin is amazing. You all keep talking dirty fiat prices, all this stuff. They literally just did a $1.1 billion transaction overnight. Does anybody want to actually think about the transaction costs of that $1.1 billion transaction? I can pretty much guarantee you it was more likely less than $20 to $50. Okay, yeah. Like less than $50 to move $1.1 billion. That is the calculator. That is the value of the technology. Not it's 30,000 a day, it's 60,000 tomorrow, it's 80,000 next week. It's I can move $1.1 billion immediately with a low transaction cost and fee, and no third party needs to approve it. That is the power of Bitcoin. I mean, goodness gracious, how many times you got to explain this to people? Bitcoins, that's the power, people. Yeah. 1.1 billion. Like, again, you don't understand because we don't need it. But let's just say you're in a country who was under attack and you did need the money, and the government wouldn't let you use your money and your dollars. Then this technology wouldn't be worth $30,000. It would be worth millions of dollars as a technology, which it currently is. But again, that's that 1.1 and some change billion that was transferred, and it looks like only 313 Bitcoin remains in reserve. And this further proves my point that we were meant to call this, because you know what else is 313 Bitcoin, Zay? It's Detroit area code. What up, though? Hey, what up? Boss up and take the money, okay? You talking about calling it 313. Even the Luna Foundation guard wanted to give the gentleman the crypto credit by leaving 313 Bitcoin in the reserve to say, yes, we know Detroit and them boys called it at the gentleman the crypto. What else is going on with this story, Bitcoin, Zay?
Oh, yeah. So we all know the story of how they lost this money. But one thing I do want to point out is, let's do a comparison. Hey, remember the recession of 08, 09? How long did it take for them to get that bailout? It took months. It took months for them to get a bailout, to get them their money. And then it took years for it to disseminate within their corporations and then down, basically trickle down to their employees and whatever else. That took years. This took a week. So even as bad as this was, they were able to give out $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin in a matter of a week and try and make up for their terrible algorithmic stablecoin. But looking at this chart, if you look at the token difference, percentage or token loss, this is their holdings right here. Their UST holdings, Luna, AVAX, all of that. Their Tether, Binance, and Bitcoin, of course. But again, you're right. The value of Bitcoin is the fact that they could do this in a week. And basically, if they wanted to change the chain, they can. But it also shows how centralized they are. There should be no bailouts in Bitcoin. We're just a digital version of what we already have. It shouldn't happen, but that's in theory. But in practice, they have to just to try and save face. So this is what's left in their reserves. Pretty, still pretty solid as far as how much they have for now. But honestly, I don't think they're going to be able to pay everybody back. And then if you scroll down a little bit to their reserve balance breakdown, most of it is AVAX at this point. And again, they may start selling that. So it seems though, if they do have to start giving it out and selling it, price is going to continue down for a little while because that's a lot of Bitcoin. But once it stops, the bounce back will be hilarious because it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. And the funny thing is, Terra Luna might actually be a good buy.
Right.
Oh, man. That's the crazy thing about this market. You never know. This is the Wild West for real. But this is, of course, in my opinion, the biggest destruction of a project in the shortest amount of time I've ever seen. But maybe they can bring it back. And again, it only took a week.
Yeah, and this is a scary thing for AVAX. It's like, and again, AVAX, I mean, to my knowledge, it is not proof of work, correct?
No.
I got to do my homework, but I don't think it's proof of work. But this is my point of, this is why this stuff is a house of cards, people. How you going to build it on? How you going to have AVAX as your reserve? You're hoping they don't have any issues on their liquidity side or anything. So to me, this kind of showed the house of cards, but whatever. People still believe in AVAX, so they consider it a strong asset. What I'm confused about is why they didn't get rid of all the BNB. That was kind of interesting to me to see them get dumped to Bitcoin before BNB. Oh no, they did.
CZ called him and was like, "Hey, you better hold up on that Binance player."
Basically, I'm looking now. Wait, did it? Hey, I guess they didn't dump it.
They didn't dump any Binance or AVAX.
I would have dumped BNB ASAP. And I saw somebody in the comments said, imagine selling 80,000 Bitcoin. You still can't retain your peg. Like, that's the crazy thing about it. Like, they panic sell. They had weekends to sell the Bitcoin. But I don't know. If anything, seeing how this project went, I think it would have been smarter for them just to hold and watch it get unpegged. But at least they still have their Bitcoin reserves. But instead, they went back to the ATM at 4 a.m. in Vegas, withdrew everything, and was like, I'm putting it all on red. Like, you don't do that. You might as well just sat with the loss, went back there, washed some dishes, served some drinks. You would still been in the game. But more importantly, and the reason why we put the title is this may actually be one of the best buys in 2022. So first of all, let's talk about Binance CEO. And I'll tell you why I'm thinking this. I already kind of went along this path. Bitcoin Zay and I, when we were essentially saying that they've already shown proof of concept, people. Now, this is fintech, finances, financial, and technology. Like, proof of concept should not be a community to me personally when you're looking at a business. However, in this industry, a community is enough for a proof of concept, especially when you have a strong community who has backed your project with value at one point in time. And I mean, the high was like $112, so the value is definitely there. We'll be looking at the market cap, but this adds more fuel to that fire. Pointing out the potential issues with forking Terra, CZ said that minting, forking don't create value. It looks like Champagne Zhao, CZ, the CEO of crypto exchange Binance, recently questioned the idea of hard forking the Terra blockchain as a means to revive the once thriving Terra Luna and Terra USD ecosystems. Following up on the same, CZ revealed his perspective on the appropriate course of action for falling projects across the crypto community. What did CZ say? What are his thoughts about Terra?
Oh yeah, in 3 simple words, this won't work. That's what CZ said while dismissing the validator's idea of hard forking to Terra 2, which would involve providing a new version of Luna to all holders where they'll give a snapshot of the holdings before the market collapse. Again, reducing supply should be done via burn, not fork at an old state, and abandon everyone who tried to rescue the coin. I don't own any Luna or UST either, just commenting. And his quote basically, in my opinion, he was just putting his feelers out there for Do Kwon to be like, hey, don't do this because we're not going to list it. I don't think exchanges want to list Terra 2, even if they do release it. Maybe they might. But I think this is more of a risk than it is reward for them, just because let's say this happens again. Do you really want to be the exchange that saw it happen and then say, yeah, let's bring them on back, the same old Luna Foundation Guard and Terra Luna Project and Terra Labs, and let's see what happens? I don't think he does. So I think this is him sort of giving a soft no to Do Kwon, like, don't do it. But again, if I was Do Kwon, I would just release whatever I could to pay whoever off and then disappear, bro. Because I don't know if he's really going to be able to get everything back. So still going with CZ. He also stated here, these past weeks have proved to be a watershed moment in the crypto industry. We have witnessed the rapid decline of a major project. It wasn't a major project, which sent ripples across the industry. I don't know if that was to be funny, but also had a newfound resiliency in the market that did not exist during the last market downswing. So he is right in that matter. One coin going down didn't take down, every project 90%. But again, this is not a good look, and I think CZ knows that.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and we mentioned this the other day when it comes to Do Kwon and Terra, like, why would you give this guy another chance? And here we are giving him another chance, and CZ's coming out like, the method you're about to take won't work, son. And like, this is my point, people. For the people who are actually in the space, who've been in the space, who understand what's going on, who understands how to build, how things are being built, the technical aspects, Terra was a layup. I said that on CB channel yesterday. I'm like, yo, for everybody who saw it, it was a layup. And this is more of a layup. Like, to me right now, the slam dunk and the layup is that Do Kwon does not need to be in charge of this project, point blank, period. In fact, I think the project will fare a lot better if they pull a Bitmain where they say, hey, Jahan, you can be on the board and advise and all that, but you are not the CEO. You are not steering this ship. I think Terra would fare a lot better if today they say, you know what, Do Kwon, he's fired, he's off the project. He'll serve as an advisory capacity or something like that. This new superstar in the crypto space is going to be leading it moving forward, and XYZ institution backs it. Like, I think that is where Terra needs to go. They need to cut losses with Do Kwon. He doesn't know what he's doing. Again, like, CZ's calling him out. We've called him out. Many people, he don't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Like, I don't know.
Stop thinking he's going to do it. He already failed with Basis. That was the stable coin before. Then this one failed horribly. I mean, how many chances can you give somebody? No, get out. You're not.
Now, the thing I will say, and I saw someone else say that it looks like Tron has some type of protocol, stable coin where they're getting 40% back. I know Ocean, shout out to Ocean. He's going to be covering that because he's doing all things on the Tron network right now. So make sure you stay tuned for some of his videos. But here's where we are. Here we are now. I think at this point, Terra actually is a good buy. I'm bullish on it. Not for any reasons I should be as far as like the technology or any of these things. No, like I said, it's coming from the community standpoint. A few things. Now, there was already a pump. I wanted to reset this price to make sure we got it right. So it looks like it's about 18,000 Satoshis, whatever. So there was already a pump of sorts. Two that happened, of course, from the dead cat bounce and all that good stuff. One was on the 13th. Here, let me go to the actual month cycle. One was on the 13th, where we essentially saw it go from 2,800 Satoshis all the way up to about 20,000 Satoshis. Let's see if I can find it. So yeah, here we are on the 13th. As you can see, we're at what, 3,500 Satoshis. There we go. We went down as low to 1,200 Satoshis. Ooh, even lower than that. Goodness gracious. We went to 254 Satoshis. You can see the market cap volume 24 hours was $424 million. You scroll up to about the 16th today, we see that $420 million go up to about $3 to $4 billion in volume in the last 24 hours, right? So the price has already, some people already collected that small bag. Of course, we saw the earlier dip when it first went down to about 90 cents. You can see here it went down to about 90 cents, pumped back up to $40. People thought they were in the clear. And then, of course, it dipped even lower. And some people are catching that pump right now. So here's the thing about it, and this is why I think it's a good buy right now. Again, it's hit its floor. This is the bottom of the bottom. And when you look at things like this on my right, if you ever go to CoinMarketCap and you look at some of the news and the chat and the feeds that are coming out of Terra, literally look at it. 19 hours ago. Here's the proof. The burning has started. Load your bags. Bullish. Just bought 250,000 coins for $20. Who's with me? Bullish. Luna bought 1 million Luna. If I hit $1, I'll be a millionaire. Inshallah. Like Luna tokens are being burned. I bought 50 million Luna. Anybody with me? My point is this is the proof of concept for an actual business or institution. Because let's be clear, the only way they're actually getting saved, it will not be by the retail market. It won't be by people hoping and wishing we can get this thing to $1 like Dogecoin. Like that is not going to save it.
A little $50.
Right. What will save it, and I think will actually, it's a strong possibility of it happening. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I think teams are probably doing their due diligence, and that's an institution or institutions are looking at this project, looking at what the market cap was. And again, they're not even trying to get it back to $100. A smart institution is saying, hey, let's get this thing to $4 to $5, pump it there and we'll be good. So I do think we'll see an institution or a big organization come in, go ahead and inject some funds into it. Because again, they have the proof of concept when it comes to community. Clearly, people are still there going to spend their money. And at the price point it is now, of course, this is not, we don't do investment advice here at all. We just tell you what we're stakeholders in, what we consider being stakeholders in. And this is the one I'm considering being a stakeholder in. Now, I already tried this morning. So yesterday on CB channel, Bitcoin Day, somebody was basically like, you could buy it and do it, or you already, $1,000 made you 10,000 like a few days ago. And as I pointed out to them, liquidity. Yes, that sounds good on paper. Liquidity. People, exchanges are delisting it. They're not allowing you to swap in and out of it on some of them. So this is a risky play for the riskiest plays. This is discretionary. I don't need this $10. I don't need this $100. I don't need this 1,000, 10,000, whatever that number is. I don't need it. I don't want it. Take my money and burn it, because that's essentially what's going to happen. As soon as you put it there, it's going to be burned. You should forget about it. But again, this is the play I tried before the show on a couple of exchanges and platforms, and I was not able to make any type of trade or buy into Terra. So again, networks are being congested right now. But I do think this is a buy signal. It's finally hit its floor. And I mean, honestly, all it takes is for somebody like CZ or somebody to say, yeah, whatever, we'll help out. And then next thing you know, we're back up to whatever. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes at that point. But yeah, I think at this point, like we said before, it's a good lottery ticket to buy.
Yeah, that's all it is. Lottery
ticket. It's a lottery ticket. Yeah, you put $50 in it, it goes 100x. Hey, you got $5,000. But again, when you get hit with that gray button, when it gets delisted mid trade, whenever you try to trade it and they halt it, don't be surprised. OKCoin, I think they stopped trading it. Binance, everybody has. So even if you do have the ability to buy it, being able to sell it or get out of it, that's going to be even tougher. So, and even the psychology of the market, everybody who's buying it is looking to sell it at a certain point. There's nobody buying it like, I'm rebuying it to hold long term because I believe in Dogecoin. No, you don't. They're buying it to sell it. So when does that happen? That's up to the market.
Yeah, it's definitely up to the market. Like I said, I'm just looking at the community. Like, and I saw somebody say, I think it was Trek, who said essentially this is the problem with crypto right now. This herd mentality. The people just trying to get on and make some money. STL Solo said, okay, coin got rid of Luna quick, can't buy or sell. Exactly. Like, and again, literally, I just had a conversation yesterday on Crypto Blood channel, and there's somebody in the chat in the comments. Oh, yes, you can. You can do this, do that. Where? Like where, buddy? Like you can't do it. Like literally, I just tried before the show, people.
You can buy it here. Click on this link. Yeah, okay.
Hey, I'm about to put up a QR code. Send money to the address, and we'll send you some Terra coin. Like you know what I'm saying? That was a joke. That was a joke for the people out there who literally would do it.
Hey, did you see this comment here? Somebody said, Ian Dunlap said,
I just highlighted it. Hilarious. Okay. We're on the same page. Keep going.
Oh yeah, it says, what you guys think about Ian Dunlap saying Bitcoin ain't decentralized and wanting to interview Richard Hart? I mean, we've already interviewed Richard Hart, which is cool, but him saying it's not decentralized, I would love to debate that with Ian Dunlap, because I don't think him or the other guys at Earn Your Leisure know much about Bitcoin. They know about crypto, they know about maybe the basics, but when you hear them speak, they talk in very big generalizations, very surface level stuff. They want to dig deeper into why it's decentralized. We can do that.
And that's why it was going to be my next question. No disrespect or offense, because if it's from Earn Your Leisure, I'll be polite. But I definitely was about to throw some shots. Who's in Dunlap?
Yeah, he's with. I mean, he's solo, but he's on Earn Your Leisure all the time. I think he does Mondays.
Okay, is he a crypto person?
No, that's the thing. They're mostly legacy financial market people. They talk about.
Well, I don't even know why we're paying attention.
And that's what I'll try to explain to people. I was like, look, once I start digging into the entropy of Bitcoin and start talking about the laws of thermodynamics and the physics behind, I promise you, they will not be able to describe the ECDSA algorithm. They won't be able to describe why decentralization doesn't matter about the number of Bitcoin you have, but actually who controls it. Trust me, they don't want to get to that discussion. But I do understand why they say that, because you have big influencers like Big Boy Crypto, who just went on yesterday and said, yeah, Bitcoin's not decentralized. Nothing can be decentralized. Somebody has to build it, right? Somebody has to start. The semantics of saying that somebody has to start it does not mean it's not decentralized, because if the person that started it died or never uses the coins, that's as decentralized as it can get. And they can't change the rules. It's about who can change the rules. Nobody. That's the point. So when you got people like that saying it, that Bitcoin's not decentralized, it's cool. But again, I don't think those people really want to go into it as far as debate.
And not only that, to be fair, so when we have Richard Hart on, when we have any guests on for projects that large, usually for us we try to push back on some things, but we're letting them tell their story, their messaging, talk about the project. We push back on some things. We ask community questions. We all send them live, but it's literally for the most part not to go on a bashing spree, with the exception of Fuck Bitcoin Fridays, where we invite that type of smoke, right? Like, so when Richard Hart came on, we didn't invite that type of smoke where we're about to go battle back and forth. We just wanted to, we really wanted to hear. Hadn't heard an interview with Richard Hart uninterrupted. We wanted to have one uninterrupted to see what his full thoughts on everything were. Now, I say that to say, that was us who are experienced in crypto, know what we're talking about, and we didn't broach that with them. If you are inexperienced in crypto, like, you have no business at all interviewing Richard Hart, because he is going to eat your ass alive. Yeah. Like, Ian's going to ask one question or one comment, and Richard's going to go on a 10-minute, 6-minute, 10-minute nonstop diatribe. And Ian, or whoever these people are who want to interview him, who aren't that well versed, since they aren't well versed and they don't know the history, they're going to yes sir and okay every last word and thing he says, and it's going to be a commercial. So and you don't believe me, no offense to them, we were supporters. Look at Bitcoin Magazine. The rookies went out and tried to go after the boss, and they got slapped around pretty bad. It's like, no, y'all not on that level to go after them. So again, when they say things like, well, we want to interview Richard Hart, it was like, well, how you gonna say Bitcoin not decentralized and want to interview Richard Hart? I don't even get that, but I don't know. That's a suspect one to me. City Boy, great point. They probably couldn't sell the BNB or AVAX because they are still staked, and Bitcoin is probably just being held in the wallet. Yeah, great point. Ruel, check out Ruel, Black Ruel on the weekends. He's killing it right now, people. If you want these altcoin deep dives, he's the guy. Ruel said Terra 2, quote, "We will get it right this time." LOL. You all are hilarious.
Second time around.
There it is. Reno Gamma said the crypto market was self-check. Part of the reason why Luna was taken down. Speaking of self-check, one of the things I brought up yesterday is I was looking at this comment. One thing is I spoke yesterday, like, this is self-regulation, people. Like, this is self-regulation. Us calling it out a month ago, other people calling it out, us talking about it now. This is what self-regulation looks like. Now, we wanted to take it a step further. Self-regulation would be, hey, don't let this guy run another project or Terra 2. However, that's not what the community wants. It looks like the community wants some money. They think he's the person to get it for them. And Terra 2 is about to be launched. But yeah, I mean, this is what self-regulation looks like. All right, let's keep it pushing. UK Treasury is en route to legalizing stablecoins amid Terra's UST crash. Like, again, we were talking about this yesterday. Like, is the crash, was it intentional? Was there government interference? Or was it just a self-prophecy where the government's been waiting to pounce on crypto, and things like Terra has now gave them leeway to say, see, we told you so, and this is what we need to do. What is going on with the UK Treasury trying to legalize stable coins?
Oh, yeah. Well, when kick them while they down. So during the Queen's speech, again, Prince Charles announced the introduction of a bill that would help tackle illicit finance, reduce economic crime, and help businesses grow. Sure. Their United Kingdom's Department of Treasury, or Her Majesty's Treasury, has reportedly decided to go ahead with regulating stablecoins as legal tender. This was welcomed by the crypto community, but the decision comes as a shocker due to its proximity to the recent fall of Terra USD. What do we say about Prop Joe and Marlo? Whenever whoever shows up with the solution, that's who probably.
I know what you're thinking, and I did
exactly. Yeah. I did it, yeah, and do something. But the Treasury's intent to regulate stablecoins across Britain, this was revealed during the Queen's speech. Prince Charles announced the introduction of new legislation across various sectors, including measures to drive economic growth. His actual quote here: "A bill will be brought forward to further strengthen powers to tackle this illicit finance, reduce economic crime, and help businesses grow." Blah blah blah. And of course, this calls attention to the UK's Economic and Finance Department, who cited an amendment of its existing regulatory framework for incorporating stablecoins as a means of payment. So basically they're saying, hey, look at these shitty stablecoins over in crypto. Now look at ours. And then that's how you're basically going to get people to get USDC or UK CBDC, whatever they're planning. So I see this as, again, Prop Joe and Marlo plan right here. And of course, we'll wait and see what happens. But if Terra bounces back or comes back from the dead or whatever, it'll be interesting to see how they'll try and regulate it from that point. So a lot to be seen. And if UK is in it, I know there's something going on.
Yeah, UK, the original banks, the fraud. So we know what's up. Reno Gambo, why were so many people invested so heavy into Luna if it was obviously a scam / weak? Same reason for BitConnect. And to me, same reason why people are invested in like 98% of the market. It's because it's the next Bitcoin. They don't want to say it. They don't want to go there, but that's why. It's the next Bitcoin blockchain. It's even better. It's even newer. It's shinier. It can do. Hold on. Let me find them. That's why they keep investing in it. They're hoping to make a Bitcoin return off of whatever altcoin, where they're not understanding a large majority of Bitcoin maximalists didn't jump in for the money, people. They jumped in because of that $1.1 billion being able to be transacted with no third party and a low transaction fee. That's why. And that's what these other projects are not getting from their community. They're just getting people. Every time you hear Hex community, what do you hear from the Hex community? Oh, we bought houses and cars.
Exactly.
So did BitConnect community. Like BitConnect literally have Ferraris or Lamborghinis on stage that they gave out to people. They gave out Lambos. So is we bought a Lambo and a house the metric we use for a successful project? I think no, but a lot of people actually do use that for project success, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Yeah, shout out to Richard Johnson. He just said Zay is old. He's singing songs made 15 years before them. Man, if y'all only knew, man, how old I really am. 33 going on 63. Yeah, matter of fact, I was saying, this is what I got. Vinyls up in the crib. That's how old I am, right?
Nappy Way says, N Dunlap was trolling hard. Okay, I hope so. Somebody said he got hit with the Mt. Gox. So he's been in the crypto market like for a long time. He got caught up in Mt. Gox. So maybe he is trolling. Like I said, I never heard him, so I can't talk about it. Jake said, earn your leisure, just general buzzword, fellows that can't go deep on anything, but they got their hustle up. This legendary phrase is used all the time. Okay. Let's see. Sergeant Crypto, thank you for the tip. There's no liquidity on decentralized exchanges, so you can't even buy Terra Luna. The EYL dudes are just surface layer on crypto and not Bitcoin. Okay, there it is. Of course, people are talking BitBoy. People do not like BitBoy, it looks like, because he pumps and dumps, I guess. Leroy said, actually, I want Ann to interview Richard. That would make me weak. That's actually pretty funny, too. Yeah. You know what? Let him go against Richard. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm telling you, I give it to Richard. He knows what he's doing as far as debates and conversations go. You got to be ready to really press him and stay on topic because he will give you that runaround really quick.
Yeah, and plus he was in Bitcoin like 2011, like earlier than most of the other people. So that's like his advantage. He's not like a dude that just showed up with a project. He's been around.
Make sure you smash that likes. Yeah, I did notice that a couple of days the likes aren't where they need to be. People, hey, we got new shows coming in. We would love to take some mornings off. Let us know. You can vote what you like. All right, last but not least, we're going to talk UK again. UK is already talking stable coins, but they're also recognizing NFTs as private property. That's right. This is crazy news. At the beginning of May, the British Web3 community celebrated an important legal precedent. The High Court of Justice in London, the closest analog to the United States Supreme Court, has ruled that non-fungible tokens represent private property. There is a caveat in the court's ruling. The private property status does not extend to the actual underlying content that the NFT represents, which is kind of weird. But Cointelegraph reached out to legal experts to understand what this decision could possibly change in the British legal landscape. What happened with this decision, and how may it change the way we look at NFTs? Even though it kind of doesn't make sense, since they're saying NFTs are private property. Or they represent private property, but not the actual underlying NFT. So what's going on here?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's look at the precedent that they describe in this article. The theft of Boss Beauties. In February 2022, Lavinia D. Osborne, founder of Women in Blockchain Talks, wrote on Twitter that 2 digital works have been stolen from the Boss Beauties. This is a 10,000 NFT collection that empower women that was created by Gen Z change makers. I do remember this being featured at the New York Stock Exchange. The tokens came with a number of utility points, access to events, free books, licensing fees, and claimed that the pieces stolen from her MetaMask, which later emerged on OpenSea. She traced down the NFTs with the help of security and intelligence firm Midmark, and the matter was brought to court in March. And on April 29th, the ruling in which the judges recognized NFTs as property. In addition, the court issued an injunction to freeze the assets on the accounts of Ozone Networks, which is where OpenSea is hosted. And the Boss Beauty 680 and 691 halted that sale. So the basic precedent is that if somebody steals your NFTs, you can get a security and intelligence firm to track down where it's at, halt the sale of it. And basically, this is what they're saying. If it's private property, it should be treated like that as far as it getting stolen, which is a good precedent, I think, long term, because that means people can't just steal your NFTs and run off. However, the one thing I am having trouble figuring out is when they say the NFT itself is private property, but not the underlying actual creation. Are they saying the art is, but not the hash that goes to the IPFS? Is that like not private property? Again, like I said, it's too much gray area with NFTs. Nobody really knows. But this actual court document is what is the precedent for what they're saying. So again, private property, cool. If so, why not just make it all private property and keep your hands off of all of it? That would be probably the best thing, but they still want to find some way to regulate it, or at least give somebody some semblance of ownership.
There it is. And if you want more details in this story, make sure you check out Weekend with Trek. We premiered at 5 a.m. this morning, so that show is still up, but he covered this in detail as well. You know, Trek is covering all international news and weekend news that we missed. But it looks like Trek also feels like in the coming months, we'll see more cases like this pop up in the American courts as well. I'm with you. I think we will see it. So again, for that deep dive breakdown on this story, check them out. Weekend with Trek. But yeah, I mean, this is crazy. At this point, so and here's the issue. Mitigating risks, right? When things go wrong in this space, people go to the government as the arbitrator. I get it. That's the way it's always been done and so forth. However, that is what's going to cause regulation. So we're seeing that come in. NFTs invited it. And I agree. We'll see this in the United States as well. We talked about the jokes where people get divorced. You'll see a bunch of it was like digital collectibles.
Yeah, NFTs all over the floor.
Right. So, I mean,
you can have a Boss Beauty, but you ain't taking my Thundercat.
Right. And it is really going to happen. I mean, somebody is going to get divorced. The argument's going to happen. The business is going to fold. Something's going to happen. It's like, hey, we went in on this $200,000 NFT when it was, $300. Like, I want the whole thing. And then we will have to set precedent about how this is going to work moving forward. So,
hey, you can solve that real quick. Before you go into court, lower the price to $1. Yeah, take them. Okay.
Plug it. Hey, like the baby, like in the Bible was like, you can cut them in half and you can give them away. Hey,
yeah, exactly.
I'm cutting them in half. Good luck. No.
Good luck.
Yeah, so I'm with Trek. We'll see more cases like this coming up. All right, other than that, that is the show for today. Again, right after this show, be on the lookout for Voice Crypto talking Terra as well again. 10 a.m. Simon Family Ventures, of course, be on the lookout for them. They've been killing it with their assets and arbitrage show. And then let me make sure I'm not forgetting any other shows tonight. Who else do we have? Bitcoin's Day Monday, 10 a.m. Simon Family Ventures. Right after this show, we'll be having Voice Crypto premiere. He'll be back on Sundays after that. Any announcements for you, Bitcoin's Day?
None for this week. Happy birthday to my pops, getting old. What up,
hey, happy birthday, old man. There we go. Yeah, just inform you. So yeah, people are asking about the title. The title is definitely clickbait. People, you know, clickbait some titles. But again, discretionary income. If you are interested in being a stakeholder, I would say now is the opportunity to be a stakeholder in Terra, only because there is a possibility that I think an institution could scoop it up because their community is still bullish on this weak ass project. But remains to be seen. Also want to say thank you to all the new warriors who purchased the masterclass. I know we probably don't even announce it enough. We try to announce as much as possible. But a lot of warriors have purchased it. It looks like after the Terra call. So they were like, they glad to get the masterclass too. They like it. They learned a lot about it. So as always, check that out on the website, thegentlemanofcrypto.com. Make sure you smash those likes and share and keep that notification bell on for all videos as we will premiere more and more shows as time continues. Smash that like and share, and we will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers.
Cheers.